So if there was a knife wielding maniac in a theme park targeting children, trying to unalive them, what would you do?
In France, 4 children were stabbed at a playground by this guy right here. This is a lady trying to protect her child. This is another lady over here trying to protect her baby. This is a dude. There were several men around who they try to encounter this guy, whatever it is, and were kind of like shoving around and running off. So listen, in these fucking situations, a man has to fight another man. This guy.
He hit the nail on the head. There it is. So in today's society, I know we talk about toxic masculinity, and my video is a little choppy, so I was distracted. I'm sorry. So we talk about masculinity being toxic, but what about in situations like this where men are needed? So we already know that there are going to be really bad men out there, really bad scumbags that are going to do really bad things. So there are bad men, right? There are not a lot, but when they do surface, they do irreparable harm and damage to our society. But the bad men have to be stopped by the good men. The good men are needed and are necessary. I wouldn't quite label good men as heroes, but somebody, like the guy saying in the video, has to subdue him until the police can arrive. In situations like this, in theme parks, there are no police. There are no police present. I've never been walking through Disneyland or Universal Studios and saw a cop or two just hanging out. They don't do that. Now, I'm not saying that they're not far by, but by the time the cop gets there and assesses the situation, it could be 10, 15, 30 minutes. How many children could a guy like this attack in that time frame? And I know all the women here in this situation and in most situations are looking around at the men going, who's going to help? Who's going to stop this guy? So it's going to take good men. So when women say, or even some men say, we need to kill all men and get rid of all men, it's impossible to do that. That's why we need men who are masculine men. Masculine men who are willing to risk their lives. And a lot of times, and correct me if I'm wrong, most masculine men are conservative, not liberals. Liberal men would say, ma'am, you fight that man yourself, or help me fight the man. A conservative man, a man who is really about women's traditional roles, would say, women, step aside or get your children to safety, and I will subdue or delay. If he ends up taking my life, I will delay him so that you can escape. That's what real men would do. So if I was there in that situation, I would try to find something to try to shield myself from the knife. And then I would try to have someone try to get all the women away. And I would try to rally as many men as possible because I'm going to have to take a stab or two. I'm just going to have to. Hopefully there's a nurse or a doctor nearby that can bandage me up, but I'm going to have to, especially if my wife and children are there. I've got to play a role. I don't have a choice in it. Somebody's got to take down the bad people. And in this situation, all the men should have band together, say, brother, you got me. You got me. Yeah, let's go. Even if it's just 2 or 3 of us, we can try to overpower him. Each person gets an arm and somebody else grabs a chair or something and pop this guy over the head with it. Let's take him out, right? Let's deal with the law. Let's deal with the judges and stuff afterwards. But I agree with this guy 110%.
Has a knife. He's got this knife he's holding. I'm not going to show the video because it's crazy. This lady's like screaming. I'm not going to show the video on there. But understand the whole bullshit about toxic masculinity and all this crap. At the end of the day, somebody has to confront this guy over here. A bunch of men were like running around and like some guy was up here. He slid down a slide, all this shit. Nobody confronted this guy. There was like several of them. They could have attacked this dude and taken him down. Understand that as a man, you have to be physically capable. Doesn't matter your size. Doesn't matter if you're big, small, whatever it is. You have to still be physically capable and willing and brave enough. Also, in this society, I know in France they don't let you have guns or whatever. So this guy was doing a stabbing with he was using a knife. In America, you can't have guns. You can have firearms and be trained on your firearms. There's no way I would sit there and let this shit happen. This guy runs around. I mean, he was running around for like a minute or so, going and stabbing little children in the fucking playground. That is insane. So do not.
That is insane. That is insane. And we're not going to let the video go on a whole lot longer, but I agree with this man 110%. We do need men, good men, to confront bad ones. What do you guys think?